Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Total Freedom Thursdays. So, I am Xaye Faith, and we are currently waiting for our co-host, Devan the Connector 11, to get on. In the meantime, as you tune in, definitely let us know where you are watching from. I am in Virginia, and Devan is in the UK. And so last week was actually very, very fun because we had a lot of people on. It was actually our best live yet. We had a lot of people on, and they were from all over the place. So definitely, as you begin to tune in, let us know where you're watching from, because we like to see where everybody's coming in. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment at them, and we will come back, interact with you, communicate with you live, because that's what we do, honey. So
Hey,
tonight
babe.
we will be talking. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, that's good.
Tonight we will be talking about location freedom slash, move this back, environment awareness. And like I said, I am Xaye Faith, and this is our wonderful co-host, Devan the
Oh,
Connector 11. So, how you doing?
everyone. I'm amazing. There's a lot. Today's been crazy, but like I've been enjoying it.
Likewise. I don't
Been
know if I was
enjoying it.
really enjoying it, but today was really, really busy for me as well. But here we are, Total Freedom Thursday.
Mhm.
So, as we've been talking about over the past couple weeks, we both believe in total freedom. So what is total freedom? We believe that everybody has the ability to really live the life that they want to live. And how we have described some of our goals of having freedom, total freedom specifically, is having time freedom, emotional freedom, health freedom, financial freedom. And today we're going to be talking about location freedom. So, Devan, what exactly is location freedom?
Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about location freedom slash like environmental wellness.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean
I
there is
typed it
awareness to
wrong.
it. And that's okay. No, but yeah, so with location freedom, it was interesting because I was getting around to fully defining that. And what I realized is that location freedom is the freedom to be in a particular position, place, or condition of being that is serving your highest good.
Mm.
Something that is free in you, like that place, that state of being, that where that position, wherever you may be, that is drawing you back to who you are. And so that's my definition of location freedom. Like like for example, being in like a private island, or being on a beach, you know, and you just it's just that just being in that spot, and the ability to be in that space at all times, constantly. It just makes you a better person. It just makes you feel good, think good, you know. And that's what I see location freedom as:
Hmm.
the ability to move in any space and not feel hindered by it, by the environment, by that space or that position or that state of being.
Hmm.
So that's kind of location freedom. So
I
it's a bit layered.
I feel location freedom is being where you want to be when you want to be there. I think my first time having an epiphany of what it really does for my mental and emotional well-being is when I first got out the military. I was invited to go to Florida, And I literally booked a plane. It was like, I don't know, 3 days out. And I got on
Mm.
the plane and I went. I didn't ask nobody. I didn't tell nobody. And I actually bought a one-way ticket to Florida. I didn't even know
Yeah.
when I was going to come back. And I stayed there, I don't know, like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
Change your life.
wow. And also this
Hmm.
morning, I had an appointment early this morning. And as I was driving, I felt a moment of euphoria because I'm like, I'm just so glad that I don't have to wake up and be in traffic every day. Like
Yeah.
it was I was grateful like to because I don't leave my house a lot of times nowadays, but I was just really happy that I was like I don't have to be in this traffic every day. So I wasn't irritated. I was actually grateful to really just enjoy the drive to go to my appointment today. Like I was like this traffic isn't bothering me. Like I'm
Yeah.
just grateful that I don't have to do this every day though. Like I don't have to hurry up to have to
That
be
part.
somewhere that I don't want
Yeah.
to be. So I think location freedom is being where you want to be when you want to be there, like on your own time. So,
Mhm.
I've been experiencing it, and I think that's one of the greatest things of choosing to have an online business is if my family be like, hey Zay, we having something for the family, or hey Zay, we need you to come home. I'm like, I
Mhm.
bet. I just go. I get in my car or I buy a plane ticket to go home, and I don't have to ask for no time off. I don't have
Mhm.
to um wait 2 weeks for a vacation. I literally just go and I do my work while I'm there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that has been one of my favorite things because I love to travel. I love to travel, but I remember one reason why I actually wanted to have my own business. It wasn't because I wanted to be a CEO or a boss. It was really because I wanted to travel and I didn't want another human being telling me I couldn't take leave or I couldn't get time
Mhm.
off of work. Why? I have the money. I'm
Yeah.
capable to. Why is there another adult in control of my life telling me that I can't go somewhere? Like that irritated my soul. And so,
Yeah. It's like you don't like again. It's like location freedom is not being hindered by what you want to experience as well.
yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
but even if you go further into that in terms of environment, because what you experience happens in your environment, and the environment like kind of dictates that as well in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, for example, you see countries where they got clean streets, clean this, clean that, and if you look statistically, a lot of those environments have people that they live longer
Mm.
just because they live there.
Mm.
So you know what I mean? So it's like what like there's a case where the external environment like leads to a lot of people having
Mm.
increased longevity or like living better quality of lives. And but what if that happened internally as well?
Mm.
So the environment is not just external, it's internal. But what if you could mimic that same thing in that external environment and bring it within? So I'll give you an example. I remember being a university student, pursuing a career I thought I wanted, but deep down, I was just conforming to the norms of society, like in terms of formal education, da, da, da. And but I knew there was more,
Mm.
and everyone around me was like, no, like just lack of dreams and goals. Like they wasn't thinking big
Mm.
until something changed. The environment changed, and the
Mm.
environment of people changed. And so I was wondering, like, what is it they was doing? Like, and often I found that people was engaging in a lot of personal development. I found that people in their workspace, their space was cleared. This is fresh. The space was fresh. They had the windows open, fresh air coming through. They had They took care of themselves. They like for example, incense around the thing just to freshen up the room, some sprays, you know, and that made them feel good where they were, no matter where they were. So it's like even when just being in the university, like I was able to cultivate that where I was, even though I didn't want to be there. And I felt free within myself because I took care of my environment around me.
Mm, that's
You see
pretty
what I mean?
good.
Yeah.
I heard a long time ago, being a lady, that our purses, our bags
Mm-hmm.
should be clean and organized. And it was a saying, the lady who said it, she was like, "An organized purse is an organized mind."
Ooh,
And so when she told me that, I mean,
that's
like,
interesting.
I don't really carry bags like that, but I was like,
Yeah.
okay. But I still held on to the concept, and um so I have like a wallet, and I always keep my wallet organized. But it wasn't really hard for me because I've always been like, babe, I'm really, really organized in my room, in my space. Like,
She good, y'all. She
e-
good.
everything has a space. Like, I don't know. I always like cleaning up growing up. Like, I used to always like organize under the cabinets, like the cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
everything's neat. Like, funny story, when the van was here and we both wanted a snack, like we wanted something sweet, wanted a snack, and so we went to where all the snacks are in the pantry, and the van was like, "You sure you ain't got none like nowhere else? You ain't like got something tucked away?" He was like, "Nah." He was like, everything goes where it's supposed to. Like, I literally put everything
Yeah, it's
where,
true.
like, everything has its place. I
But
never like just throw stuff to the side. Like, even I developed a habit. This did take me a little bit longer, but if I travel, no matter if I got somewhere to go in 2 weeks, I literally unpack my bag as soon as I get home. I put everything back. I put all my toiletries back. All my dirty
mm-hmm.
clothes go in the pile. Like, I literally do everything. Number one, I don't like my space being junky because I don't know. It makes me feel like I need to clean it up. Like, I have to like clean it up and organize it.
Mm-hmm.
I love organization, but I know I feel good when my things are put away and organized. So
Yeah, and that's a good disposition to have. To be honest, that's like a good like because I mean, not a lot of people are like not a lot of people are like that. I mean, like for example, naturally I like to be like cleanly, but then sometimes I find myself where it's like no, but you know this already. No, I keep fresh, but like in terms of my room, like
yeah,
I'm like organized chaos a lot of the time,
it ain't no
and it's
order.
like when you can do you can do more, but it's like you're okay with it,
Mm-mm.
but
So
then but then but
whenever,
but then
can I tell
you
a
can do
story?
more. I can do you can know I know I could do more as well. You know you can do more, but
Can
it's
I
just
tell a
like
story? Can I tell a
oh
story?
not that one, not that one. Which one?
Whenever I was like, this place,
The
this,
commentary one,
huh?
the commentary one.
Can I tell it or no? If you,
Yo,
okay.
this is back in the days, isn't it, guys? Back in the days.
No.
Go on. You
Can
can
I?
say. You can
I
say. You can say.
visit When I visited the van. I'm like, oh my! First thing I
Like
did,
couple years ago, guys. Couple years ago.
I went, and the first thing I did, I'm like, I need to clean up because I literally cannot work like at a messy desk.
I thought I did a good job, to be honest. But I
I
guess it
can't
wasn't.
I can't I don't like being in a room or in a space. I don't like being in a place where if I have to like work or do something, it has to be cleaned up before I can work. And so, or just like, I don't know how people live messy. Like, I just can't. Like, I have to clean it up. But anyway,
Yeah.
so I went to go visit the van, and I walk in his room, and I'm like, first thing I do, I started cleaning up immediately. And he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I have to clean up. Like, I need to make space in here. He was like, "But I already clean. Everything's already clean." And I was like, "Bro, this is not clean." Y'all, it wasn't
That
clean.
part. No
It
words. No
wasn't
actual words.
clean. It really wasn't clean. But
That was
I
funny. That was funny.
first of all, I was like, girl, you need to relax because this ain't your space. But number two, um, I realized that everybody has their own way of doing things, but I just know for me, like I have to have a clean space. I have to have
Yeah,
like, oh,
and
I like an open concept. I don't like a lot of clutter. You know, if you're gonna have things like stacked somewhere, it needs to at least
mhm,
look good, like look aesthetically pleasing. I like space. I like, you know, and it actually, I think that's true. Because it moves the energy in the room. Like if you have a whole
mhm.
bunch of stuff and piled and clutter, that's why your energy may be low. I think I'm pretty sure you said like a lot of people don't know or they don't do it, but that
Mhm.
doesn't mean that it's not a real thing. It's just maybe
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
exactly. Yeah,
environmentally unaware that the reason.
they'd be like, I don't know what's wrong,
Yeah,
but if you look around in your environment,
yeah.
if you have the awareness, you know what's happening.
Hmm.
Like, so for example, like
But
your
there are some, hold on,
environment.
wait. There are, I want to say this as a disclaimer, like no shade to nobody, but there are
Mhm,
some people like you who,
mhm.
to me, who's like I don't think I'm not diagnosed OCD, but
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
very neat and organized person. Like when you walk in the room, you're like, damn, like this person is very neat. Like everything has its place.
Mhm.
But then there are probably a majority of people like you who you know where everything is, though, even though it's not like everything. And you know, and the
Yeah, like
military didn't help
organized
my
chaos.
the military didn't
But
help
and
me.
then you got people that's just chaotic.
Yeah, yeah, like, but I like, you know,
Mhm.
things organized, things stacked, things lined. So but yeah, but then there are people like you who you know where things are, but it doesn't look as, I like my rooms to look like a hotel. Like when you walk in there, boom. Like that's how I
Mhm,
like my
mhm.
stuff to look, but some people don't. But you were saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I mean that just goes down to like internal environment, like what you tolerate within yourself, like from around from what's going on around yourself. So, um, with environment affects us unconsciously.
Mm, yep. Going back to working in
It,
the messy.
it, don't, it, yeah, it don't matter what you're doing. It's gonna affect you. And if you don't consciously take awareness, if you don't consciously um, be aware and take action within your environment, you're never going to be able to change what's going on around your environment.
Mm, mm,
So when you put, well, because where your focus goes, your energy flows.
yep.
So then now that you know, okay, this could be better. This could be somewhere. I could do more with what this space, and you know it's gonna feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, let me do this because I know this. So again, it's like it's a case of like just personal mastery. Like you want to be more productive, so clean your space in to prepare for that productivity, because when things are like cluttered, you don't really do as much as you could do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you have to really, like, as we always do, is plan, do, review.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you really gotta like sit with yourself and say, okay, why am I feeling this way? What's happening in my environment that I can change? And then if I do this, how would I feel? And if I do this, how would it change? How would it change me and how I approach life? How would going to this health shop or this non-health shop affect me? Like how would going to this other country change my perspective on things?
Mm-hmm.
Like how would it free me up? Like
Mm-hmm.
how would it, like what is it gonna do to serve my highest good? Like how can it grow me? All these things is like we can ask these questions, and we can answer these questions when we get into locations, positions, and conditions within ourselves that will allow us to be ourselves. You know what I mean? And be who we can be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I do. I mean, I never really thought about it. Like I said, you know, I was 25 when I was able to literally book a one-way ticket and go somewhere without asking another adult, could I do that or do
Mhm.
it,
Yeah.
because I just did it, and I'm like, hold on, I literally just made. I felt like a real adult to be able to say, I'm going here, and I didn't have to ask nobody, or I didn't have to you know, wait for somebody to tell me to do it. You know, I felt, it was like, whoa, like it was so freeing. But I think location freedom and environmental awareness is definitely
Mm.
a part of our well-being, because like I said,
Yeah,
for me
most definitely.
personally, I have it helps me emotionally and mentally to know that I have control over what I want, like where I can be when I want to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like even like just something simple of like making sure my space is clean and clear, and
Mm-hmm.
and being able to have being in an environment to where the organization reflects how I want to live. Like I want to live, I want, or how I want to have like a clean and clear mind. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
everything's organized and everything makes sense. But I definitely think like location freedom and environmental awareness is important. It's an important part of our well-being, and you know, maybe we don't know about it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not as talked about. You know, like, and I don't even think it has to. Like, I do want to make it clear because I know you did mention like, oh well, it's about like being at a beach and stuff like that. I don't really think location freedom is just about all the fun excursions and fantasy
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. I think like if you're like, for me, my last job was in a toxic environment. That hindered me, and that was very disruptive to me on an emotional and mental level, um
Mm-hmm.
because I was in a location that wasn't healthy for me.
Yeah.
So even if I really enjoyed my job, the environment wasn't healthy for me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
location freedom and your environmental awareness is very important. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
important.
Yeah, so it's like literally again, it's like if you don't internally have as much power over your environment, like consciously,
Power over your environment.
yes, and then it's gonna affect you more than so. For example, when you're at home,
Wow.
you're able to control how you feel a bit better than if you was at that workplace.
Hmm.
You know, if you was at this different place, so it's like it's still as within, so without. It's still something has to work internally at all times.
I like that. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Because you're gonna get the chaos. You're gonna get the negative stuff coming outside from the
Wow.
outside. It's gonna happen, and
That's
you're gonna get
good.
the positive. It's gonna happen if you allow it,
Mm.
but it's only if you allow it.
Yeah. But I like that, because at the end of the day, the only thing that we really can control, whether you have a job or you don't have a job, like there's always going to be some change. There's always going to be things going on in our outer environment. But as long
Mm-hmm.
as you really focus on your internal environment, you can have uh, emotional freedom, mental freedom. You can have a peace of mind, and
Mm-hmm.
you can even have location freedom, because as long as you go within yourself,
Yeah.
no matter where you are in the outside, you're going to be free. So I think to because I want to go a little bit deeper with that. I think as I think a strategy to help get to that internal location, freedom and emotional and environmental awareness, is to do things. Well, I know for me, I know like I get anxious and I lose focus if I'm in a cluttered space. So one of the things that I help for myself is I keep things in their place. I keep things neat and tidy.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it's not a distraction for me when I'm walking through my house, but then you know there's clutter and now I feel like, yeah, I'm supposed to be over here working, but I really need to go over there and organize that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, you know.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
I think also it's just a hack. So I hated I literally hated like losing stuff growing up, because I just hated looking for something. I hated when like my mom would be like, hey, go find this, or hey, go find that. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to be looking for nothing. Like, I don't want to be looking for nothing. I don't want to spend no time. I
Mm-hmm.
either want to play with my
Mm-hmm.
toys or watch TV. Don't tell me to go look for nothing. And that's
That
honestly
part.
probably why I created that I'm gonna just keep everything organized so they don't ask me what nothing at, and we know where to keep. They go find my keys. They your keys. Why I gotta go find them? Like they used to eat me up on the inside.
Literally,
So I
literally.
think that's honestly, now that I'm like reflecting on it, that's probably why I keep everything in the same place, because don't ask me to go find nothing, because how you lose your keys? Like, I don't know how you lose your glasses. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, I do lose my glasses. So, and because I can't see without my glasses, that's another trick.
No, sorry, that was actually quite funny. Yeah. The way you dropped it, it was
Trick,
actually just funny.
because I like, yeah, that is another trick. I'm just telling all my little business because I can't see without my glasses.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
So I
literally
mean,
have to keep them in
even for me, like, it's a case where like environment is like what, like what's gonna help? What's gonna help you in your environment? Like activate like even your senses. For example,
yeah.
look
I
at
can't.
this is how much incense I burn like every like on a regs. You know what I mean? So like
That's probably like a month.
I always huh, more than that. But whenever I do that in the morning or throughout the day, it makes it helps me generate that feeling, and it helps me stay in that feeling as well. That I want to be, because I know the nature of what I'm doing in my environment, which is a lot of mental work, a lot of using the screens and stuff like that. So it kind of it helps me get centered as well. You know what I mean? So ask yourself, what is in your environment that is helping you, and what's hurting you as well. What's helping you and what's hurting you within your environment. What is there that you can change? Like is there like just clothes just chilling right next to your bed? It's just messing up like the flow. Like is it like a pile of papers on your desk that doesn't actually need to be there? Like what is it? Like do you need to have some incense on your desk? Do you need to have
Ooh.
a window open?
Or even working by candle. I what I have been doing, especially like this past week, I've been working by candle a lot. And for me, working, well, because again, I don't leave the house that much, but it makes me feel elegant. I feel like a boss. I feel like I don't know, it makes me feel like elegant, and I feel like good. I feel like it's and I switch out my candles every couple of days, but like I enjoy the smell, the aroma of the candles, and also just like having that, it's like peaceful, like having that candle, it like just gives, I don't know, fire in the spiritual world, whatever, but you do candle gazing, candlelight gazing and stuff like that. So whatever
Yeah,
it do
candle
to,
doesn't.
for me, it not only does it make me feel like elegant, but it also gives me like that, it does something to the environment. So that's something that I've been like just doing, just to add I don't know, it adds an emotional feeling to the environment,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like you said, you do your incense, you wake up every morning, you clear out the energy in the morning with your incense.
Without fail.
Yeah, you can set the mood, you can literally change your state by changing the state of your environment.
Yeah, because if you're aware that you're in a place where you actually don't want to be, you can create the conditions that are right for where you want to be, for where you know you need where you can go. Did something happen to your phone?
No, babe, I gotta go get my food out the oven.
Oh,
Hold on 1 second, wait.
no, okay. Well, we have to end the live now because
Wait.
I can't believe this. Sorry, guys. I don't know. There's no way to do an intermission on this live while Zay's getting her food. How did she leave it in the oven? I don't understand. But anyways, this was not planned. Like this was not like. But anyways, while she's before she's coming back, I posed a question to you. So we talked about the environment and how a clean environment actually can potentially increase longevity within the people in the environment. So if cleaning up the external environment can lead to a dramatic increase in longevity, what will happen if we, the collective, if you personally clean up your internal environment? What would happen if we really nourish our mind, body, and spirit? What will really happen if we interface with our true being, our true inner divinity? Like, what if we really knew
Mm-hmm.
our power to imprint our will upon the environments, or our power to not be affected by it just by a mere decision to not be affected by it, you know? An internal decision to not be affected by it because you know, okay, this is a trigger. I don't want this trigger, so this trigger don't exist anymore. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you like, what if we what would allow you to get to that stage, you know? And again, is really creating that healthy environment and creating an environment which is healthy internally for you. So eating your healthy foods, like nourishing your body, you know, doing the candle gaze and doing the spiritual interface,
Cleaning up your
which
room,
is which
keeping
is
your wallet organized.
is every little helps. There's a in the UK we have a thing called Tesco's. We have a store called Tesco's, and they basically their motto is every little helps. So be like Tesco's, guys. Remember, every little helps. So we're gonna end this because I don't know, we have to get food.
Yeah, so
But
I
anyways,
mean,
we're gonna continue this next week.
yeah. So I mean, at the end, I just want to end by saying, like, at the end of the day, and I've said it throughout the video, I personally believe like location freedom is essential. Like, I feel like it's a part of
Mm-hmm.
our well-being. I feel like it's definitely something we should strive for it because we all can have it. And I think
Yeah.
the biggest takeaway is, even if you are in a situation where your environment is toxic or your environment is unhealthy, the goal is to get get have location freedom or internal freedom within yourself. So no matter the external environment, you are always um you're always at peace. You always have that emotional, mental, and location freedom within yourself, no matter the external environment that you're in. But I will say, like I said, from my personal experience, like being able to just go somewhere without having to ask somebody the time off, or being able to like do what I want to do. Like, I say, "Who, this is what I want to do today," but then I'm like, "Yeah, I want to do this
Yeah.
later. I'm gonna do this now." Like, it is it's a peace of mind that I wouldn't trade. Like, it's a beautiful thing to experience. So, without further
Yeah.
ado, y'all, we will see you next Thursday at
Next
7
Thursday.
p.m. Um,
We'll be more prepared next time with no food in the oven.
yeah, 7 p.m.
Yep.
EST, 12
Indeed.
a.m.
Huh?
BST.
Yes, BST. You got it right this time.
Yes.
BST.
So see
Mm-hmm.
y'all on the next video.
Take care, everyone.